Alright, hello everybody. Today is going to be kind of a different stream, so instead of anything game dev related, I'm just going to play mini motorways and chill. Hey Emil. So this is one of my favorite games, and there's loads of interesting like game design stuff that could be fun to talk about. So let's just jump right in. I think Mumbai is probably a good map to start with. So, for those who don't know, mini motorways is all about traffic management, and so it ends up becoming this really interesting micro problem solving game that I really like. And you're kind of building out the city over time, and it's all about efficiency and how you can connect all the houses to what I like to call supermarkets without causing any congestion. So it creates this really interesting puzzle to solve that like dynamically grows over time. And so it becomes this high score game, and I find it incredibly addicting. Hey Dominic. All right, let's get started with some roundabouts. So probably the worst part about this game is how slow it is to get started. I kind of get where they were going with this though, because they want it to be a very minimalist, easy to like understand game and quite casual. But over time, the way it works is the level is dynamically growing, and so this puzzle ends up growing, evolving, and eventually you keep going to your city, you just can't run anymore and there's too much congestion. Yeah, the new update's really exciting actually. I wasn't too sure about it when I first heard about it, but 3 new maps and this introduction of these train stops have actually been really interesting. Let's just get everything connected. Nothing too crazy so far. Mumbai can be a really horrible map sometimes because you get all the houses spawning together, but this is looking pretty okay so far. And because these maps are only like a week old at this point, hopefully we can start breaking into pretty high leaderboard categories. I believe on this map currently I'm top 1000, and so if we can really break into the top 500, top 100, that could be awesome. I'm gonna join it like that because it's just slightly more efficient, and we're looking to get all the gains we can. So this game is super simple. All you do is connect houses to supermarkets through roads, and then you have a couple special abilities such as roundabouts, and you also get bridges that allow you to build roads across ponds, seas, harbours, that kind of thing. Okay, so that is upgraded to, I'm gonna call it a mall. Some people call it hotels, I don't know. Let's call it a mall for this. What is the best way to connect this? Okay, I'm thinking, I want to really think about these early decisions just so later on we have a good foundation to build our city off of. Do you create more often video game or play more often? Definitely create. I don't play games very often, to be honest. Mini motorways is definitely an exception to that. This is one of the few games over the last few years I've loved and played a lot ton. But aside from this, not a great deal, no. I'm much more into creating stuff myself. I'm thinking if we wrap these around here, I'm not a super big fan of the solution, but hopefully we can get some more pink houses forming up here later on. Then what we're going to do with this one, we can probably just leave that for now. Early on in the game, oh, motivate, perfect. Early on in the game, we probably don't have to worry too much about efficiency. And then over time, once we work out where all the houses are going to be spawning, then we can get everything a bit more organized. Okay, so this train station just want a pink, I don't know what to call them. Should we call these, could this is the overall train station? I don't know what they're called. They only just got released. Let's just call it a pink train station for now. Keep it all simple. We can probably just take this one from this supermarket over to here. That works. Okay, and then bring this one over there to keep everything nice and balanced. Another thing this game does that's really cool is a dynamic audio system. And so you'll probably notice that there isn't really a soundtrack to this game, but as the city grows, all the different elements, so the buildings, the cars, all contribute to this overall soundtrack that is surprisingly melodic and like quite in tune, and it's really unique and cool. Okay, so we're gonna have to use a bridge here. This is still pretty nice and organized. Do you live stream game development? Yes. So I don't make too many games. Generally, I'll take part in these things called game jams, which are like a week to a weekend long competitions. But you can, if you go from my YouTube channel, you can see other past game development live streams. I don't know, I feel like coding and live streaming is kind of difficult. And so I think maybe, I know playing games is generally much more relaxed in that sense. And so for live streaming, I'm probably not going to do too much game development stuff, but I definitely like to do it every now and again. Oh, we're going to have to use a motorway. Really? I don't want to do that. Okay, this house is angry at me for some reason. I only have 2 yellow houses. That seems like it's scamming me a bit, I'm not going to lie. What to do? Okay, we're going to have to use a motorway. Bit annoying, but you know. And I don't know why this one's angry at me. Make spawn more yellow houses then. Let's just connect these two and we can deal with the consequences. So generally in this game, the strategy is to separate all the main highways, and so keeping all the colors to themselves. So we just have one direct flow of like cars directly to the supermarket with no junctions or intersections. However, as this game goes on, that is going to be harder and harder to keep intact. And so eventually we may have to start combining stuff to resource manage a bit. That is part of the reason why I really love this game, because it's very incredibly simple. You can understand what's going on at a glance, but at the same time, there's lots of deep strategy that's quite addicting. And so big fan. I feel like we're wasting these 2 pink houses, but the pink supermarket and mall seem to be doing okay, so I'll just leave it at that, I think. Another thing to probably be aware of is these 2 yellow houses are really having to work hard to supply these 2 buildings, so hopefully we get another yellow house spawning soon, maybe get a new neighborhood up here. That would be perfect. But I'm sure the game can find a way to screw us over and start spawning stuff on the edge of the map. And we've got another motorway, that's great. So motorways are by far the best upgrade in this game because they're just so useful, especially later on when we get buildings spawning incredibly far away from where their houses slash neighborhoods are. They come in clutch. Hi, what's the deal? Is this a feedback stream? No, though that's a good idea and I should definitely do that in the future. This is definitely gonna be much more of a chill stream. I'm just gonna play mini motorways. It's very different to what I've done in the past, but I know, I like to mix things up. It's also a good excuse to make me feel like playing games is productive. So, you know, possibly if I do make this, oh, we haven't got a bridge. How? Okay, we're gonna have to use the motorway. That is very frustrating. I don't know, maybe this will become a series where I talk about games I enjoy playing and the game design mechanisms I feel like make them work. And so that's probably what I'm gonna ramble on a bit about on this stream. But more importantly, it's just a super chill game that's fun to play in a rainy evening. So, you know. Is there any tips for good camera movement for a 2D platformer? Okay. Let me think about that. So, when we talk about camera movement, I will definitely say if you're using Unity, Cinemachine is amazing. And so using all the smoothing mechanisms of that in your game is a great place to start. I guess it really depends what kind of platformer you're making. So in my most recent video, I talk a little bit about camera movement and how it links with game feel. And so there's definitely a lot you can do. I say probably a good place to start is to look at games you enjoy and kind of when you're playing them, analyze how the camera's moving to frame the action and contribute to the overall gameplay. And so in mini motorways, for example, you'll notice that the camera is like slowly zooming out. And so it really helps emphasize that feeling of like inevitable growth. Or not inevitable growth, but rather your city like growing and the puzzle growing and the challenges getting harder and harder as the game goes on. That also comes into play with the music becoming more like high tempo, faster, a bit more stressful, and ultimately just having more to juggle. Nice vibes, I shall enjoy a wee look. Yeah, that's kind of the goal of this. I really like the format, some casual analysis. Exactly, yeah. So definitely keep this very low key. Good vibes, you know. If I was playing this game that was already super chill, we could throw in some lo-fi music, that kind of thing, yeah. It's in the stream, but you have a separate camera target object that you code, either offsetting it from the player position or moving it to a fixed world position. Yeah, that's a really good idea. Another trick you can do with Cinemachine actually is to confine the camera to the level, which is just a really nice trick for visuals. It's definitely something a lot of more like high-end professional like indie games do, but I feel like it's something that a lot of smaller, maybe like game jams or smaller newer developers just don't think to add, and it's really easy to do as well. Okay, let's take a moment to breathe. How is this going? Well, to be honest, it's going fine. We're only at 312 journeys. As the game goes on, this number is going to be increasing faster and faster, so everything should start getting a bit chaotic starting around now, I'd say. Actually, one thing we can optimize is we've got a bridge now, so we might as well connect this and save a motorway for a better use down the line. Really try and make the best use of our resources. Oh, okay. That is a nice spawn, actually. I like that. So we can just connect this over here and nice and simple. And now, given these spawns, actually, we can start splitting off this train station and this supermarket. So let's join. Actually, we don't even have to join this house. I think that's okay by itself. Oh, we probably want another motorway, not complaining. So generally for the supermarkets, you probably want about 2 houses connecting to them. So if we take this one here and then bring one down from here and make that into a roundabout, got to have a roundabout, and that all looks good to me. Another simple one to connect. How's things looking? That all looks good to me. I'm pretty happy with that. One thing I'm going to actually, no, that's all good. Yeah. Hopefully, if we get another bridge, we can connect these blue houses down here up to this train station, so we can save another motorway. Okay, so this has spawned, and this is going to be a challenge because the only pink houses we have remaining are down here. Huh. Because the only trick I saw of was to offset the camera to move towards where the player is facing. 𝒘𝒂𝒕𝒄𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒈 says. Yeah, that's a really good trick. I think that's definitely something you can do sort of with Cinemachine, where you move the camera in the direction of motion. But I think definitely flipping it to move towards the direction you're facing is a really good trick. I believe that's a trick Super Mario Bros. Even used, which is the first platformer pretty much, to kind of hint at what direction the players should move at the start of the game. Let's introduce a motorway here. I think that's the best course of action. So we can either have it closer to the train station, or we can have it so it connects like that, which is a bit cleaner. I'm going to say do it like that. It shouldn't make a huge difference, to be honest, but we got to be efficient when we can. And, ooh, that's a good spawn. If only we had a bridge. Though that said, I'm just going to do that. It's just a tad nicer. Do we want to bother connecting this? That would mean we create a junction, which would probably slow stuff down in the long term. So I think we should just leave it. All right. We have got an issue with this house, or this hotel rather. So, we probably want to be connecting these, really. Oh, that's ugly, but I think that's the most efficient way to do it. And then this isn't great, but I'm just going to connect it like that. Okay, let's take another roundabout, because we're going to have to try and finesse our way around here to get these orange houses to where they need to go. We could just drop a motorway option. Do I want to waste a motorway on such a short distance? Not really. Alternatives, what can we do? We could just... I mean, roundabouts can solve all issues, so that is a valid tactic. Okay, let's stick with that and fix that later. 𝒘𝒂𝒕𝒄𝒉𝒊𝒏𝒈 also says, I found this out by analysing Hollow Knight's gameplay. Yeah, exactly. Hollow Knight is definitely a good example because it's when you look into it, it's actually a really simple game at its heart, but they've made, our team Cherry managed to like squeeze out so much content and interesting interactions just through such simple mechanics. A really good game to look out for. Game feel, narrative writing as a small indie studio. Awesome stuff. Hi Mindsuck. Okay. This looks weird. What's going on here? Why is it so bendy? Let's sort that out. Okay, cool. I'm not liking what's going on over here. Okay, let's think about redoing this. Okay, so the issue is this pink house, this hotel, is getting cars from all the way over here. I say we'll just introduce a motorway. It's a hotel, it could probably use some more efficient transport connectivity, I don't know. But I think that's probably the best course of action. In doing that, let's also just connect that house, keep everything nice and clean. And now that will make the rest of this super easy to deal with. Just bring these yellow ones up here. Connect that, and orange one's just a lap. Perfect. Okay, that is much nicer. And we still have a spare motorway, so all is good. We can bring that purple house into it. Yeah, everywhere seems to be functioning really good so far. It's great stuff. That is kind of annoying actually, because we can't go up. That pink house is very annoying, blocking off that whole passageway. I'm gonna say we're probably best off just... Oh, we haven't got a bridge. Ooh, okay. We're making this into a motorway, yep. And then we can reuse that bridge and build up here. Okay, we're using a lot of resources, but our map, or our city rather, is looking really good right now, so I'm not super worried. Okay, another bridge, that's helpful. Mindset says, I just want to appreciate or to express my appreciation for your videos. They helped me out a ton recently. That's awesome, yeah. One thing I am kind of worried about with my videos is that because they're so fast, they generally skip over some of the details. And so what I may do is, first off, improve documentation over on GitHub, because I think that'll just be helpful for everyone in general. And two, I may look at making a more long form traditional style tutorial. I don't know, I'll see how things going. I'm really happy with the response to the most recent platforming video, specifically on jump design. I'm really happy with how that video turned out, and it seems that everyone else is too, so that's awesome. I feel like these yellow houses should be connected somewhere. Where? I have no clue. Let's see. Okay. Roundabouts are great. Let's put a roundabout here. Just keep everything flowing slightly faster. Let's keep everything playing. Roundabout there. Oh, that is a lovely spawn. Very easy to connect. Oh, we can introduce a bridge here too. Great stuff. All these just minor performance increases will add up over the long term, so hopefully we can keep this run going into the thousands. Let's see. Okay, everyone's doing okay now. Train stations get busy, but they should get cleared up pretty quickly. Oh, okay. These two. So generally what we want to do is keep every building having its own flow of houses into it and try not to link the roads too much, because then that ends up leading to confusion and congestion, and it's not pretty. So let's try and get this train station to have its own flow of cars. And the way train stations work is they get a massive, like, I don't know what you call, like, drop off of journey destination things. So the way this game works is every building is slowly increasing its demand over time, and that's represented by these little pins, like the Google map icon in a way, and these represent a journey that a car has to make. And with train stations in particular, these all come in one go when the train arrives. Because of that, we don't have to worry about the demand getting too out of hand, because it's kind of managed by how fast the train can move. So this is kind of a long journey, but it should be all right. That should take some stress off of this supermarket as well, because it doesn't have to share the cars. And that should just mean everything runs a bit smoother throughout the city. So let's talk some more game design. One really great trick in this game is obviously the player always wants the feeling, let's find something else to connect. Okay, pause on the game design. We need to balance out purple a bit, because this place is a ton of houses. This one not so much, and even though it's so close, it's having issues. So what can we do? Okay, I feel like this motorway is definitely unnecessary, because this purple supermarket could get connected from so many other locations at this point. So let's bring another one down here and connect it to the supermarket. That should be all good now. Then I'm thinking we get rid of that road, bring these houses down from the top, connected to here, bring these across. Oh, we've got another bridge. Okay, motorway time. And connect these to a motorway over there. Much cleaner, that looks good. Anyway, as I was saying, so with this game, or with games in general, you want the player to understand when they're about to lose and when they're about to win, because in order to improve at the game, you need to kind of know how you're doing and constantly getting feedback back. So number one, that's why game feel is so important sometimes, because adding stuff such as a flash when a character gets hit, or some more impact, or sound effects, those really emphasize what the player is doing and their actions they're taking, and the response this is having on the world around them. And so that is super important for the learning process as you play a game. Secondly, in this game in particular, we really want to sell the idea that our city is going out of chaos, and if we don't do something, we're gonna lose. The way you lose in this game is if you see all these pins and they all fill up, it will kind of start this like overstressed timer, and if that reaches 0, which you'll see later on, that's our lose state. So that the supermarket wasn't receiving enough cars to keep up with the demand as such. Light controller rumble, yeah, that's a really good one as well. So as a result, what this game does do is if one supermarket can't meet its demand, it starts overloading it onto other supermarkets of the same color. And so that creates a sense of like this chain reaction where as you start losing control, more and more of your city becomes dysfunctional. And it really helps sell the theme. So it's tiny details like that in game that really help improve the player's experience, because they understand when they're going wrong. It looks really interesting and feels like you're not the only person. Like you understand what's going on. Without that feature, something just feels empty. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what game feel is all about. It's filling in the parts of the game that aren't very obvious just through the visuals or the narrative, and kind of making the experience full. Okay, this pink house couldn't have spawned in a better position, I'm going to be honest. But I'm thinking now actually, we upgrade this highway to a motorway, just so we can start bringing these pink ones up and start using them more over here. Okay, I don't like that we're using up all our motorways, but better use them than just leave them hanging around, am I right? So let's get these in action. And as a result, let's move this motorway down, connect it over here. We can bring these two up. Yeah, let's bring these up to this one. And then we can say these two over here. We're really having to try and fit everything in. How are we going to supply this train station? Let's see. Okay, we can probably bring this one round. And that down. That works, yep. So we've got 2 to the train station, 2 to the supermarket. Okay, let's just use that one again. 2 over here. This train station is a vibing, got so many houses going to it. That looks all good for pink. So exponential movement towards a lost state. Remarks Brown's point about Civ taking forever to wrap up when you know you've lost. Exactly, that is a great point, yeah. So it can really damage an experience if the opening or the ending is just not great. So yeah, wrapping up the ending and making sure the player understands where they went wrong is really important. Versus being like a mid-chaotic state for ages as it gets linearly closer to losing. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes that kind of state where you feel like you're just about to lose can be really interesting. And so the knock-on, like the chain reaction can also, if you balance it right and can keep the player in a state where they're constantly feeling like they're about to lose and that their actions could be, each action they take could be the one to save their city, that can be really interesting as well. So one thing that the Doom games use, which is a completely different genre to mini motorways, but it's still relevant, is, so for anyone not familiar with Doom, it's like a really fast first-person shooter, constantly action-packed, you're constantly moving. And so to keep you on your toes and like the adrenaline rush going through you is your last few health points. Okay, that is got an issue. Let's pause the game for a second. In your health bar, the last few health points you have are actually worth far more. And so that means that when you're just about to die, you kind of have this extra sense of health that's invisible to you, just to help you out a little bit and keep you in that state of constantly, or really feeling the pressure that you're about to lose. And that can be really like give you that adrenaline rush, keep the action feeling important and satisfying. What are we going to do about this? Oh, that isn't connected, that is why. Okay, that's all right. Bring that over, that looks all good. Let's get another bridge. Okay, everything is looking pretty good right now. This is very packed over here. but I think everything is working just fine. Okay, probably time to get rid of that roundabout. We can just use these two houses to feed over here. That looks good. I actually think this would be faster if we go over here. And that is because when the train delivers the passengers to this train station, it will then move on and block that previous road over to blue. And so it's probably better we go around the other way, just so we don't immediately create some new congestion. Like that one ability in Spider-Man PlayStation 4/5. I haven't played those games because I haven't got a PlayStation, so I don't know, but I've heard really great things about that game, and it definitely helps deliver on that fantasy of being Spider-Man. So I can definitely imagine where you're coming from. Connect it like that, just keep everything balanced. Ooh, okay, that is upgraded to a hotel, and we only have 2 houses supporting it, so that is going to be a problem. All right, so we're gonna have to reshuffle some of the blue houses around here. Let's reconnect these because they're literally right next to each other. Might as well make use of it. And we could use a roundabout, just saying. So that has got 4 houses delivering cars to it, which should be enough for now. We may want to look at expanding that later. These aren't being used a great deal. Okay, we haven't connected, we need to connect here. So yeah, let's move up here and 4 houses on a motorway. That looks all good. And this train station should be fine for passengers. So I think we can connect that one as well. And then we can connect up there, and that is looking great. Perfect. This house has got such great flow to it. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houses short distance away. If that upgrades to a hotel, I'll actually be really happy. That is a great one to be. Oh wow, okay, everything is spawning. Let's pause for a second. Okay, I'm gonna have an issue because yellow houses are spawning down here and not up here, which is a bit annoying. For now though, we can just connect these and that should all be fine. Motorway, hey, okay, let's make use of that. Up and around. Connect to that house like that. Actually, let's roundabout. Because I think when creating this game, creating junctions just slows everything down. And so a roundabout is probably better. That said, actually, I wonder if, ideally we want a traffic light here, to be honest. That should actually be okay without a roundabout, to be honest. And then let's bring motorway over there. There's a lot of tiny details about what creates more traffic in this game. And oh, hold on, I've just seen a great way to speed this up. Connect that there and then that one up there. Great. So the way it works is if a house is connected directly to the road, it won't slow down cars. If it's connected at an intersection, so where it has a piece of road and then kind of creating this like cross shape or something, then it will create far more traffic. Let's bring it up there, just add some more houses over here. This is looking really good right now. Not to jinx anything. Okay, we're nearing the 2000 mark, which is when stuff is going to start getting tough. Everywhere seems to be doing just fine for now though. Possibly down the line we could look at connecting, if we want to save a motorway that is, we could consider connecting this hotel up here instead. But to be honest, is that a good idea actually now? Should I do that? Yeah, let's do that. We've got a purple houses up here, no point wasting them. Having an extra motorway in our pocket is going to be incredibly useful. So let's connect all of these down here, and then we can bring this one up and across this one. These are linked, but they're completely separate colors, so it should be okay. And oh, that's kind of messy, but it should be okay. We can see how that goes, and if we need to, we can reconnect the motorway. Let's grab some traffic lights, because I feel like that can be useful down the line. I haven't got to switch a roundabout there. That would have been great. I think switching that to a traffic light will be good. Not there though. This one is getting a bit stressed out. Why are these? Oh, because the train. That's what caused congestion. Okay. Anything else where we could optimize? You know what? I actually think bring this over here would be a better decision, purely because of the fact that this train keeps blocking us off, and when we have a hotel that's demanding so many cars, that could be a big issue. So let's see how that does. I think that could be a good change, you know. So reconnect those over there. And we still get to save our motorway, which is a big thing there. Okay, we have got a very minor problem, and that is that this train station is taking ages for these blue houses to get over. So I'm just going to drop a motorway here temporarily and see how it goes in the long term. Maybe that's unnecessary. It's only a train station, doesn't require that many cars, but I'm going to play it safe. Okay, we've got loads of bridges now, which is amazing. Optimize this slightly by adding a traffic light there and giving those a closer connection. I feel like another orange building is going to spawn soon, so we may have a trouble connecting these two houses because they're kind of completely surrounded. Okay, we've crossed the 2000 threshold. That's great. I believe my high score on this map is 2.5k, so it's about to go down probably. I'm expecting a ton of spawns. Okay, there's the orange one. That is... Does that need a motorway actually? Or could we finesse our way around this by connecting this? Ooh. Ooh, that is not clean, but I think that works. Okay, let's see how that goes. If that works out, that'll be amazing. We have just disconnected this though, which is a minor issue to say the least. Okay, let's see how this is running. We have got these houses down here, we've got more spawning. Okay, that's upgraded. Everything's going down now. Okay, let's try and keep a hold of the situation. How many cars are supporting this building? Not a great many. Okay, we're gonna need a motorway for that, I believe. Right, let's disconnect this from the train station. That is not our priority right now. Roundabout time. Can we fit a roundabout? No. We're gonna have a lot of difficulty using this late in the game. There is just no space. Alright. We can go around, which is gonna be very annoying, or we can just go straight through. Oh, we are just gonna have to go straight through, I think. Very annoying, but you know. Hopefully we can get another traffic light and put that in place, and then that will fix that issue. Okay, this is not looking good. Okay, we've just gone on the motorway. Let's connect these. There is no way we can put... Yeah, that isn't going to work. Okay. But what we can do is clean up this a tiny bit and give these orange ones a clean route there. Let's just generally improve all these connections. No harm in connecting those. Likewise over there. All right, and now we need to connect this yellow one. You know what? I feel like if we make a motorway all the way from this hotel all the way to over here, that's going to create long-term problems. So instead, I'm going to opt to take the houses from here and try and get them down there. How am I going to do that? I don't know. Let's have a look. All right, if we use the motorway here, bring that down, connect these three, that works. Then that frees up all these houses. Let's not destroy this orange one completely to feed into this one. But we do run into the issue where, again, we're connecting the same color here. This train station, this hotel, I don't really want them feeding off each other. That's going to create long-term problems. So what can we do instead? Well, I'd love a motorway, but that is not an option right now. And so we are going to ignore it. Let's keep going. Okay, this one is not happy. I don't blame it, to be honest. Okay, please get me a motorway. Okay. Traffic lights. I believe there was somewhere I said we could use them. Oh yes, over here. That's a nice change for that intersection. But we're gonna have problems. Okay. Let's sync. This city is not laid out great right now. We can just save this motorway entirely. I don't even know why did I not choose these houses. We still have enough to support the hotel. Next issue is this orange one is annoyed. Option one is to take these houses and feed them into over here. That'll just be a problem, so I'm not even going to bother doing that. Then we could have taken these. Might just ignore it and hope it goes away. That. Okay, yeah, let's feed these houses into this. Oh, we can't. It's fine. We'll just ignore that issue. Okay, let's bring these up here. And we can still keep one of these connected, but these three hopefully can save this one. Then, given that, hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses can support these two buildings without them combusting. If we had a 6th, that should keep everything okay. All right, is that good enough? Oh no, we were going to use a motorway. Yeah, so okay, whichever ones looks like either of these looks like it's about to die, we're gonna pop a motorway on immediately, and it's gonna be that one. All right, let's get ready to connect these. I don't know if I'm gonna be fast enough. Okay, motorway. Please save this run before it goes down the drain. Okay, we've got a ton of yellow ones. Let's connect them ASAP. Is that gonna be enough? I don't know. Because they're still, okay, hopefully this train station should clear up soon. So hopefully that fixes that issue. These again are just in time, okay. Connect, connect, connect. Orange houses here, they should be okay. All right, let's bring this motorway down here just to save this before it dies. Oh no, oh no, no, just in time. Oh, that's looking very dangerous. I think we might just about be okay though, unless we start getting congestion over here. I'm nervous about that one. This is a problem. This is the big problem. Okay, we are going to beat my high score, which I believe was 2.555 thousand. Are we going to get much further than that? I don't think so. Yeah, oh no, this congestion. Oh, I knew this was going to come back and bite me. Okay, unless this one suddenly calms down, which it's not, I think this round this game is over. There we go. Just scraping through with a new high score, I believe. Yep. Where's that place us? Top 4%. That's pretty good. 1058. Okay. Let's go on to a new map. So, on this New York map, I got very high. So, you know, did I actually do one of the challenges? Let's have a look. I am top 18 in the world for this one. Could we try and get first place? I don't know if that's reasonable because these scores start getting very high very quickly. But it could be something to go for. These maps only came out probably just over a week ago, and so very few people have played them, and so getting high scores as someone who's already put 70 hours into the game is pretty feasible, getting high up on that leaderboard. So we'll see. What map? Could do London, you know, my hometown. Water under the bridge. So in this challenge we get infinite bridges. Bridges don't require road tiles, and we only get one choice offered. Let's try this one. All right, let's get started. How can we connect this? Very simply. It's very satisfying. So, as always with this game, not too much going on at the start. What I will do though is send out a quick Discord announcement, because I forgot to do that. All right. I was going to talk through what we can optimize, but this is kind of going fine already. So in this challenge, we have got unlimited bridges. So you should definitely try and exploit that as much as possible. Aside from that, not too much going on here. Definitely going for a good score on this one, because I bet only a couple thousand people have actually tried this level. And so if I can get high up in that leaderboard, you know, top 10, top 20 isn't impossible. Okay, I got some traffic lights. Not going to be using those for a while, but down the line they could be really helpful. We're gonna have to shuffle some roads around to get this one working. Let's see. How shall I connect this? Let's keep that one going over there. This one can come up. We're gonna have to cross over some stuff. That's annoying. Early on, I mean, it doesn't matter early on in the game, but I would like to keep stuff as clean as possible, you know? Set a good foundation for later on. Hey, when we have to connect stuff, use a roundabout, you know? Let's just keep this going as fast as possible for now, and hopefully get to the more exciting later endgame kind of content soon. Easy enough to connect. Oh, okay. Those both spawned very quickly. Alright, this is very dense so far, but looking good. This game is very soothing to look at. Just watching a system function on its own, kind of, and all the parts and mechanisms working together is inherently very satisfying. That definitely plays into this game's charm a lot. Alright, I think we're gonna have to use a longer road here. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about using too many bridges, so that is a nice plus, I guess. Aside from that, not great, but you know, we do what we do. Let's not bother connecting that one. Any tips for a first level? That would depend. What kind of genre are you talking about? I guess the first level, one piece of advice I have heard that's helped a lot of people when it comes to designing a first level is actually designing it last. So with a first level, first off, it's going to be the first piece of content any of your players see. And secondly, you've got to try and help them understand what your game's about really quickly. And so definitely the most important level, I'd argue. Tutorial without having large walls of text or a platformer. Okay, so I would say the good thing about a platform is it's very intuitive naturally. Generally, most people have either played this platform before or are vaguely familiar with how it works. So how would I lay it out? For my game, Cosmos, which I published in 2020, I copied Celeste's technique a lot. And so, this bridge is going to be very annoying. So what I did for that is let's use the motorway here. What I did for Cosmos is I used these kind of like billboard style things. And so within the level, I would have a image of what the control did and then have some sort of challenge in the environment to force the player to use that mechanic, whether that be a jump or a shoot mechanic. And so making sure the player actually understands entirely what they're doing is important, and testing that. I mean, secondly, you just want your first level to be really fun, because so many people buy games, play them for 10-15 minutes and never come back. It's really sad, but you really have to make sure that first level is incredibly interesting, hooking, and makes people want to continue playing the game. Really show off what makes your game special and why they should care about it. Of course, the most important thing is just feedback. Doing as many playtests as you can of the tutorial is really important. Understanding how people respond to different techniques, how you approach stuff. I feel like this can be improved. How is the question? Probably not is the answer. Yeah, let's just go back to doing the roundabout. I see now it's working fine. Annoying, but you know, that's very easy to connect. Can we use this blue house anywhere? I don't think so, but it's nice to have, I guess. Okay, that greenhouse is spawned is awesome. It means we don't even have to worry about the two at the top anymore. Great. Would love a faster mode right now. There's definitely a beauty to the simplicity and calming nature of this game, but damn, it can get a bit slow sometimes. Alright, motorway time. Not much of a decision there, that seems like a no-brainer to me. So with this challenge, one of the issues we could run into is if we get really unlucky on the resources we're getting on the different building materials, I guess, we're getting after each week ends. Because in this challenge, we don't get a choice. Usually you get the option between 2 at the end of each week, which you can see in the top right. But this time we only get 1. That could be annoying if we just end up with no motorways, but so far we've got 2, so we're actually getting pretty lucky with that. So no complaints on my part just yet. The newer maps in mini motorways seem to be really liberal with giving out more and more motorways, which is actually a nice change of pace. I don't mind it. Does it make the game easier? Actually not really, because these new maps and the addition of the train station, I know it brings a new challenge to the table and compensates you fairly. So I'm actually really digging this new content. All right, another roundabout, great. I'm probably expecting another green building. There we go, on cue. Ooh, these are gonna be a pain to connect, but you know, for now they should be all right. Let's connect this train station to up here, and then we can just get rid of this motorway, to be honest, and connect 2 houses down here across the lovely River Thames and down. Great. We can bring in the other house as well. Okay, anywhere we can optimize right now? Probably not. This is looking good enough, pretty much. Nothing crazy going on here. Nothing we can do with those spawns. Okay, that's an interesting one actually. Let's bring this road up here and connect it to that house. And then we can kind of, okay, yeah, if we just split everything up a bit, give 2 homes to each supermarket, that should all be good. Okay, this is really annoying me, the fact this road bends, but there's nothing I can do about it because I can't delete that. Frustrating, but we may do. Okay, there we go. Lovely. Lovely stuff. We can just sit back and relax here. Motorway! Hey, that's great. Okay, we have 2 motorways on standby now, so that is incredibly useful. And we're actually going to need to use one of them now because there's no way I'm connecting that yellow supermarket without. I am starting to see this blue supermarket struggle a tiny bit. So what can we do to speed that up? Oh, I'm not sure we can do very much, to be honest. Let's see. I think splitting this off could be good. So that said, that blue supermarket is struggling as well, and I bet it's feeding off of these 2. Okay, let's leave them for now and hope we get some spawning not over here, which I'm just going to block off quickly, and somewhere else. Okay, let's fix this. Okay, we may have to drop in motorways. Annoying, but I don't see any other option. Okay, for now that is going to be the solution. Fingers crossed we don't have to use that for very long. Okay, so what we can do here is split these up and move this green road up a bit. And move these blue houses down. Perfect. Once that bridge clears away, there we go. And 600 journeys, lovely. Oh, we can't skim this one through. Okay, that should be okay. Bring these down over here. Awesome. Let's just keep joining as many houses as possible. Keep the flow going. Okay, we have a ton of blue houses spawning over on this left side, so I'm gonna expect another one. Okay, we've got a green one actually. Green supermarket spawning. I would expect a blue supermarket to spawn somewhere on the opposite side of the map probably. I bet over here. Which is gonna be frustrating, but you know. Let's see. Okay, we have greenhouses split up here. They're not really accessible. So what can we do? What we do need to do is some reorganizing because this city is a mess right now. Okay, let's try and optimize. This is looking good. This house, I don't like this massive road. We could just swap it out over here. That isn't a bad idea actually. Let's do that. It is only one house, but let's just hope another spawns soon. And then if we bring these blue houses up and over, that works. Actually now for the greenhouses, we can just steal this previous road and use that flow. And I'm gonna say we just connect these because I don't want to keep using loads of motorways, and so I think that works fine. Finally, we can clean this section up as well. So that is amazing. We don't have to connect that house. Instead, we can just bring this one straight up to support that. That supermarket's fine. This one is fine. Okay, that's all looking good. Let's actually move this motorway down over here, just so it's not going super far across the map. And okay, I'm happy with all of that. Let's keep going. Great, greenhouse spawn there, that is great. I feel like these yellow motorways could be optimized a tiny bit, so I'm gonna keep my eye on that. Let's move those. Okay, lovely blue house spawn, very easy to deal with. That should sort itself out because I've just changed the road layout. Okay, when is the light blue supermarket going to appear? Because we have got so many houses to use. Alright, so we're gonna have to... Actually, no, what we can do is bring this one over here. Oh, we deleted that one. Okay, use that motorway instead to supply this supermarket. Then we can bring these over there to supply the train station. I'm going to bring some of these houses up here, yes, to supply this one. This should be doing okay. I might just bring these up to give some extra. Oh, we can't just get through here because of the train. Actually, no, okay. Lovely. Okay, that's a lovely spawn. Traffic lights, perfectly average. We have so many blue houses over here. I feel like they have to spawn a new blue supermarket soon. Is your platform controller free to use? I kind of used it ages ago and I've been using it for a game I want to put on Steam. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I believe it's under MIT license, but regardless of that, you're free to use it in any project, even if it's like commercial or anything like that. Yeah, that's fine. Feel free to use it and remix it however you want. Okay, that should be super easy to connect. Oh, we have 2 motorways free now. That's great. Okay, so definitely connect that over there. Anywhere else that we'll probably need to optimize? I think that's looking good. That can be slightly better connected. Got so many spare houses. We also have 5 roundabouts. Let's start dropping these in actually. We can bring a motorway over here. That's a good addition to make. Can we fit a roundabout in? No, that's a bit annoying, but all is still good. So many yellow houses, wow. They just keep spawning. And the blue. Alright, let's move these over there so that we can then, okay, that is about to get pretty angry. And then we can use another motorway, which we don't. Do we have another motorway? I thought we did. I'm wondering if we just need to wait for this one to switch. I don't actually think we do have another one. Okay, that is a major miscalculation on my part. Alright, let's think about this. We can bring that over, and we can also bring that over. That should keep it calm for now. We do need another motorway though, really. Okay, that should handle that okay. Then let's bring... Oh, we can't connect that house properly at all. Oh no. Okay. This is really scaring me because we have so many houses and I haven't really got a way to use them, which likely means the game's about to spike up demand a ton, and these are going to start all getting super angry and demanding way too many cars. But let's just see how it goes, I guess. This isn't looking good. And that is not a motorway. Ah, a motorway would have been great there. That's annoying. Okay, this house is the one that I'm worried about right now. How can we connect it? Like, that is probably my only option, really. Okay, let's just add in a bunch of traffic lights and hopefully it can sort itself out. Ideally, actually... Okay, that... Oh no, that's a bad idea, isn't it? Yeah, that's because as soon as I move that, the time it just takes to move the motorway is probably going to destroy this one. So let's just stick with this change for now and pop on all these traffic lights. Please don't die. Oh no, this one. Oh, okay, that is a GG, I think. This feels like it should have gone far better. Everything was under control apart from just some really poor design on my part. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Didn't even break 2K, wow. Let's have a look. Yeah, top 25%. That's okay. Definitely a big skill spike here. Alright, I think that is a nice place to end the stream. This was definitely very different to what I normally do, but I like the change of pace. It's definitely much more relaxing just to play a game and talk about its design compared to actually trying to code a project live. And so this may be where I'm shift the direction of my live streams towards in the future. And with that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.